Saturday, in cities across the country, nearly 7 million people gathered for the No Kings rally to protest the Trump administration. I saw this video in Alabama, which of course ranks #1 in child poverty. One rally speaker really just laid out these issues in Alabama and how they're impacted.
Use SNAP and WIC. That's almost 900,000 people. Alabama has a higher poverty rate than the national average. A third of Alabama counties are maternity care deserts. A third of Alabama counties don't have a pediatrician. Over 1 million people in Alabama rely on Medicaid. At least 300,000 people, maybe more, could gain access to health care if the state expanded Medicaid. That would also create and save jobs and ward off the closures of rural hospitals and healthcare services. But our state leaders continue to refuse to, and our national representatives vote to cut health care. 130,000 Alabamians could lose their health care coverage. You can't call yourself pro-life and refuse to expand Medicaid. You can't call yourself pro-life and cut health care. You can't call yourself pro-life and be against feeding children. You can't call yourself pro-life because you support forcing every baby to be born, yet you are against helping people who are alive. You can't say you're for small government and want the government in all of the uteruses. You can't say you're for small government and support the federal government taking over cities. You can't say you support states' rights and support other states invading states. You can't say you support free speech but want the government to punish people you disagree with for expressing theirs. You can't say you love freedom if you support taking other people's freedoms away. Good people do not look at what is going on and cheer it on. Good people do not cheer on the oppression of others. Good people do not stay silent as others are being oppressed. Good people know the difference between patriotism and nationalism. Good people don't see people who live differently, love differently, or think differently as the enemy. Good people do not demand obedience and call it freedom.
I have consistently said that white Democrats have to take people like him and travel across the state and look broke, white conservative people with jacked up health care and jacked up education in the eye and say, I'm talking to you. What say you, Rebecca?
You know what? I think it's good. The only thing that I would say about his remarks is he talked about healthcare, and he talked about specifically in Alabama, he called it a healthcare desert. I would just say, you know, let's not call it a desert because deserts occur naturally within nature, but it is healthcare apartheid because it is intentional, it is manufactured, and it's because of broken policy.
Larry?
Yeah, so, I mean, it was an important speech. He highlighted some data points that are critical. But Roland, the state of Alabama, white folks there have voted consistently Republican. And listen, the only way it gets addressed is that people like him and others that crowd have honest conversations with family members about how they're voting, or things will continue to get worse. I think overall, we know from research, the really problem is this white identity, is that as long as people feel secure in whiteness is a racial hierarchy at the top of the pyramid, then they're willing to suffer. And I think until we address this issue, that is a specific issue, Roland, that states like Alabama will continue to struggle.
Niambe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, given the plethora of problems that Alabama has, I think Rebecca is exactly right. The problems in Alabama are created, and they can be eradicated through different kinds of political choices. But the problem, to what Larry said, is that everybody has to understand that none of us were made to live like this. You can't want it for some Alabamans and not expect it to happen to you. You can't want to take away health care and food benefits and clean water and all of those things and expect it just to hurt Black Alabamans or others. I think this is a prime case that people have made choices that left them all behind because they would rather be in the muck than to see anybody that is not white get ahead. And this is the trick that white supremacy plays on white people. It makes them think that they are going to be able to live better and to surpass Black folks if they just ignore them, but not realizing they are hurting their own selves. I mean, Jonathan Metzl showed us, and every other bit of data has showed us that white people are faring poorly as well, but they just don't see what this man is seeing right now. So I agree that more efforts have to be made to sort of undermine the white supremacist logic at work here.
Josh Cole became a pastor and delegate to serve his community. That's why Josh is fighting to lower costs for families hurting from inflation and make sure we can all afford quality health care. But Sean Steinway has embraced his MAGA backers who support Trump's mass firing of federal workers and the MAGA plan to ban abortion with no exceptions. We deserve better than Sean Steinway.
I'm Josh Cole, candidate for delegate, and I sponsored this ad.
In the military, I gave orders, and they went a lot further than they do around here. If there's one thing I've learned as a mom and foster parent of more kids than I can count, investing in their future isn't a choice. In Richmond, I'll fight for Stafford's fair share for our schools. Smaller class sizes, better teacher pay, and more vocational training. I'm Stacey Carroll, and I'll fight to get our kids' future in order.
Nicole Cole knows the cornerstone of a successful life starts here. Virginia Public Schools gave Nicole an excellent education. They helped her become a small business owner, family financial planner, mother, and community leader. Now, after 4 years on the Spotsylvania School Board, Nicole is running for delegate to meet the needs of all students. As our delegate, Nicole will fully fund our schools, raise teacher salaries, and help graduating students stay in our communities. Nicole Cole for delegate. For us, for our future.
As a pastor, I hear a lot about trips to the doctor, bills piling up, jobs being lost. So as your delegate, I went to work writing laws that protect families, helping parents care for their disabled children, capping insulin costs, lowering prescription prices, and investing in our police and schools. I'm Josh Cole, and as your delegate, I'm working to keep us strong and safe.